Good evening. This is Amy Todd with Amy's Creative Wishes. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. And tonight I'm going to make 2 cards featuring the Evergreen Elegance stamp set, which coordinates, or I should say bundles, with the Evergreen punch. I'm not using the punch tonight. I'm just concentrating on the stamp set. And I will also be using the Tidings of Christmas DSP. It's a 6x6 paper stack. Hopefully you can see. That's the one I'm using tonight. It's all trees and red on the back. So it's really pretty DSP. I used it in last week's video as well. I really like this DSP, so I'm using it a lot. And I will also be featuring the Evergreen Forest 3D embossing folder. I'll be using this on just one of the cards. I'm making 2 cards tonight. So let's move the stamp set out of the way and I'll show you the 2 cards we're making. So I'm making this Christmas card saying Merry Christmas on the outside. May the beauty of the season bring you joy and warm memories to cherish throughout the year. That's the inside. And then the second card is like this. It's friends like you that make this season so wonderful. Merry Christmas. So, hi Jennifer. Thanks for sharing. I appreciate it. So, let's jump right in and make these 2 cards. I'll start off with the one that says Merry Christmas on the outside. So, I've got a piece of soft succulent. It measures 5.5 by 8.5, scored in the middle at 4 1/4. Let's burnish that. Then I have a piece of that DSP that I showed you. This measures 2 by 4 1/4. I have another piece of soft succulent that measures 2 by 4 1/4 that I embossed with the Evergreen embossing folder. Hopefully you can see. I hope it shows on the video. I think it does. I have a piece of basic white, and forgive me, I've forgotten the measurement of it. It is 3 1/8 by 2.5. And I have a piece that measures 7/8 by 3 5/8. And you know what I forgot to grab? I'm also going to be using a punch, and I forgot to grab it. Just give me a minute. Now, the punch I'm using tonight is the tailored tag punch. I'm going to use it to make a banner. There is also the banners pick-a-punch. But I thought I'd use the tailored tag tonight, and I'll show you how I use that. So let's start with the stamping. Oh, I forgot. I also have a piece of basic white, measures 3 5/8 by 4 7/8. That's for the inside of the card. We'll be stamping on that as well. So first, I'm going to take the Evergreen branches, stamp that in Evening Evergreen on the 2.5 by 3 1/8 piece. Stamp it at the top. Turn it around. And stamp it again. The Merry Christmas, I will stamp in soft succulent. There we go. And I will show you how I use the punch. Let me get these ink pads. Actually, no. You know what? I'll punch after I finish stamping. Let me stamp the inside. So that's, let me just double check. The large tree and the small tree, that's what I thought. So take the large tree, stamp it in the bottom right corner. Oh, that didn't stamp clearly. Let's turn it over and try again. There we go, that's better. And the small tree. Stamp it beside. And then in the soft succulent, I will stamp this sentiment. May the beauty of the season bring you joy and warm memories to cherish throughout the year. That's in the upper portion of the card. That's it for the stamping for this card. Get all these out of my way. And now I'm going to show you how I use the tailored tag punch to make a flag at the end. So I'm going to stick the side I want to do a flag. So I want to do a little flag right here. I'm sticking that in the punch. And I'm just, I don't know if you can see, but I'm just feeding it in so that there's just a little bit of the white and punch. And there we go. Do the same thing at this end. And punch. And there we go. So, that's how you use a tailored tag punch to make flagged ends. That's pretty nice. Now, this, I'm out of stamp and seal and snail, so I'm gonna have to use Terran tape. So I'm using my Take Your Pick tool to pick up the release paper, the backing, paper backing. And this is going to go on the inside of the card. There we go. And then these get put up on dimensionals. Fits. Stop it. Sorry about that. I'm yelling at my cat. He's trying to ruin the carpet. So I put 5 dimensionals on each. Only because I don't want the paper to sag in the middle. And okay, so this goes to the left with an even border on the top left-hand side and the bottom. Just like that. And then this goes on the other side, butting up right against the green, the embossed piece. There we go. And now this gets adhered flat, but I'm going to use my liquid glue because it's being adhered to an embossing, a layer that's embossed, and I just find it'll stick better. And I'm putting it in the bottom portion so you can see the tops of the trees from the embossing. Anyway, yeah, as I was saying, I think I use the liquid glue because it'll stick better to the embossed piece, because the liquid glue will get into all the little nooks and crannies. And then this gets put on dimensionals as well. What did I do with my dimensionals? Oh, right here. So I'm just going to put 3 across the center. And then this just gets put right across the middle like that. And there we go. So this card was pretty easy. The next card's fairly easy as well. There's not a lot to it. So they're both pretty quick once you have everything all prepped. They're pretty quick and easy to do. And I like doing quick and easy cards, especially when it comes to Christmas and you want to do multiples. It's a lot better to do quick and easy. So for the next card, I have a piece of soft succulent again. This measures 4 1/4 by 11, scored in the middle at 5 1/2. And I will just burnish that. Again, I have a piece of basic white, measures 3 5/8 by 4 7/8. That again is for the inside. So let's just start with the stamping. Again, the big tree. So I'm stamping it in the bottom right, and then I'm lifting it up and moving it over and sliding down a bit to make it look like there's another tree in behind that one. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the small tree. So ink it up, stamp it beside the light green one, and then move it over and down. And when this color is stamped off, Evening Evergreen, it actually looks a lot like soft succulent. So it'll all coordinate very nicely. And then we need the sentiment for the inside, which is just the Merry Christmas in soft succulent again. Just like so. And while we're at it, might as well just add that to the inside of the card. I really need to order more stamp and seal. I don't know why I have a hard time remembering the name of it. Okay. So this gets put in the inside. There we go. And then the outside, what I want to do is I want to adhere this DSP. Okay, this measures, I should tell you the measurements of everything again, shouldn't I? This measures 2 1/4 by 4 1/4. And that is just going to go across the front and the upper portion of the card. So, you know what, to make it a little faster and easier, I'm just going to use a liquid glue rather than the tear and tape. Okay, so that, as I said, goes in the upper portion of the card. Just like so. And then this, I stamp the sentiment that says, "It's friends like you that make the season so wonderful." That gets stamped on the upper portion of, I used the scallop contour dies. I used the 1, 2, 3, third smallest or third largest, basically the one in the middle. I used that, and I cut out a piece of basic white, and I just stamped my sentiment in the top portion of that. And then in the evening evergreen, I will stamp the large tree. And again, pick it up, move it over and down, stamp it again. And then the small tree, just once. Just like so. So, and that will get put up on dimensionals. Why do I keep misplacing my, oh, they're right here. Right beside me. And I'm gonna put, oh, what the heck, we'll put 5. But actually, wait, before I adhere that, I almost forgot. I'm bringing in the open weave ribbon in the evening evergreen. Bringing that in. And I'm going to wrap it around which seems to be easier said than done. Wrap it around and tie a bow. Which isn't working all that easily because I'm doing a live video. So, let me see. If I wasn't doing a live video, I bet you I would have had this done already. So, okay, let me pull this over a little bit, just like that. Okay, now I can adhere this just like so. I did that DSP a little too high, but that's okay. It still works. And now I'm gonna trim my ribbon. And there we go. There's that card. So see, aside from tying the ribbon and having a little bit of a oopsies moment on that, this card was also fairly easy and quick to do. I like my original better. I did, like I said, I put this up a little too high. I should have had it down lower. And I forgot to put my sequins on. So let's get both cards back in the picture. And I'm using the Subtle Shimmer sequins. They're white and silver. So, let me, with my liquid glue, because the glue dots are too big for these sequins, so I'm going to use my liquid glue if it wants to come out. Okay. So with the putty end, Okay. Having technical difficulties here. They're sticking to my fingers. Oops, that was a little too big. A little too much glue. There we go, let those sit. And then on this card, I'm gonna put 2 on the embossed layer above the trees. And then 1 right in this corner of the evergreen bows. Right like that. And then see if I can get a white one. Like that. And another white one. Like that. Oh, I got one stuck. There we go. Put the lid back on before I make a mess. So, there we go. There are our 2 cards. Pretty simple. As I said, it goes by faster when doing a video when I have everything prepped. So, I mean, this would have taken a little bit longer if I hadn't done the embossing and I hadn't done the cutting of all the layers and everything. But even with doing the embossing, the die cutting, the cutting of the layers, it still doesn't take very long to reproduce these cards. So they're great for Christmas cards because, I mean, everybody wants to do Christmas cards in bulk. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed these cards. I hope you like them as much as I do. I'll be making more of these for my friends and family, but I'll be making more other Christmas cards too before Christmas comes. I might do a Christmas card again next week. I don't know. We'll see. See how I'm feeling next week. But I will see you next week, the same time, Friday, 7 p.m. Mountain Time. I am starting my new job on Friday, and I work 10 to 6. So I'm hoping I will be home and ready in time to do the video. So if I'm a little bit late next Friday, please forgive me. I'm starting a new job, so I can't guarantee that I'll be here right at 7, but I'll be here as close to 7 as I can be. Okay, thank you so much for watching and for sharing. I really appreciate that. And if you haven't already, go over to my YouTube channel, which is Amy's Creative Wishes, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you'll get notified. Hit the little bell, you'll get notified every time I upload a new video. And this video will be uploaded to my YouTube channel momentarily. So thank you so much, ladies. Have yourselves a wonderful weekend, and I hope to see you next week. Bye.